Urgent. It's just come out. A bombshell statement from legendary Andrew Johns has caused a huge stir over the past few hours, and I could hardly believe what he said. But before I tell you this massive Panthers news, my fellow Panther, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can always stay up to date with the latest Panthers news. Andrew Johns has just called it. Without Isaiah Yeo, the Panthers won't lift the 2026 trophy. In his view, if one specific player is unavailable during the decisive stage of the season, it is simply impossible to imagine Penrith finishing 2026 as champions. The statement came as a surprise because Nathan Cleary is usually regarded as Penrith's chief playmaker, the player capable of changing a match with a decision, a pass, or an individual piece of brilliance. But during the Immortal Behavior program, Johns decided to put the spotlight on another name who, in his view, represents something even deeper within the current Premier structure, Isaiah Yeo. For Joey, the co-captain is not simply another important member of the squad. He is a central part of how the Panthers operate as a team, someone whose influence goes well beyond the statistics that appear on the scoreboard. According to the analysis presented by Johns alongside expert Ruin Sims, Yeo performs a tactical role that very few players can replicate. His ability to organize the defensive line, connect different areas of the team, contribute to the construction of attacking plays and maintain the attacking rhythm makes him a kind of link that keeps the Penrith machine running. That is why, in Joey's view, there is a massive difference between losing an important player and losing Isaiah Yeo precisely when the season reaches the stage where every little detail can determine the outcome of a campaign. The message was practically a warning to Penrith. If Yeo is not on the field during the finals, their chances of winning the title would drop dramatically. The Panthers are once again trying to turn a season of pressure into another chapter in their winning history. The club knows exactly what it takes to reach the big games, understands how to perform under pressure, and has built a reputation over recent years that makes every opponent respect Penrith before the ball is even kicked. But Joey Johns has placed one major question at the center of the discussion. How far can this team really go if it loses its key source of balance? And there is a reason Johns' analysis has attracted so much attention. Yeo is not necessarily the player who dominates the headlines as often as Nathan Cleary. He does not need to control a match in the traditional way a halfback does. Much of his work happens in the details: positioning, defensive reads, communication, distribution, support, and his ability to make the team function as one unit. In a final, when space becomes harder to find, opposition defenses increase the pressure and every possession becomes priceless. Players who can make the right decisions under enormous pressure become absolutely crucial. As if the assessment of Yeo wasn't enough to create a storm among Panthers supporters, the Immortal also revealed who he believes could surprise the favourites and challenge for the 2026 NRL Premiership. And his pick wasn't Penrith. It was the New Zealand Warriors. That choice immediately added even more fuel to the debate. While the Panthers carry the experience of a winning era and continue to be regarded as one of the teams capable of reaching the summit again, Johns has backed the Warriors as a genuine threat heading into the final stages of the competition. For a Penrith supporter, it is hard to hear that without reacting. After all, there is a huge difference between acknowledging that the Warriors could pose a threat and backing the New Zealand side as the team capable of ruining the party for the big contenders. Across social media, the reaction from Panthers supporters was swift. Some see the statement as a legitimate assessment from someone who understands the game at the highest level. Others view Joey's comments as another provocation aimed at a team that has spent years being tested and repeatedly found ways to respond where it matters most, on the field. If there really is such a heavy dependence on Isaiah Yeo, then the Panthers will have the perfect opportunity to prove otherwise. Because one of the defining characteristics of this team has always been its ability to turn adversity into fuel. Nathan Cleary may be the most recognizable face of this generation. Yeo may be the quiet footballing brain connecting the pieces. Other players can take on different responsibilities. And it is precisely that combination that has made Penrith so difficult to beat throughout their dominant era. That is why John's statement could ultimately have the exact opposite effect to what he intended. Instead of weakening the supporters' confidence, it could become fuel for a squad that is already accustomed to hearing that its era is coming to an end. Every time someone questions the Panthers, the response has to come where it matters most, on the field. And now there is a powerful storyline to follow all the way to the finals. If Isaiah Yeo is fit and available, Penrith will have the chance to show exactly why their co-captain is so important to their system. If adversity strikes, the rest of the squad will have the opportunity to prove that the Panthers' strength does not depend entirely on one player. And what about Joey Johns backing the Warriors? Well, that only makes the battle even more interesting. Because if there is one thing Penrith supporters know all too well, it is the feeling of watching their team being challenged, underestimated, or backed into a corner. And perhaps that is exactly what this statement has created. Joey Johns has picked the Warriors. He has placed a huge question mark over Penrith's chances without Isaiah. Now it is up to the Panthers to write the answer. The season is still far from over, and no commentator's opinion decides who will lift the trophy. What matters is what happens when the biggest games finally arrive. And if Penrith can navigate the run home, handle the pressure and reach the premiership decider once again, Joey John's statement could be remembered very differently. Because, at the end of the day, there is only one thing capable of silencing every doubt. The Panthers lifting the trophy once again. And now I want to hear from you, Panther supporter. Are you confident our team can lift another title? Or do you agree with John's? Yes or no? Your opinion is part of this conversation. Drop your thoughts in the comments and join the debate that is getting the Pernith Panthers fanbase talking. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next videos and all the latest Panthers news.